Hello YouTube, I want to present my new 3.5 build for the April 1st Banlist. It was a pretty huge hit with Wolf Bark, but instead of Wolf Bark, I'm running Pinpoint Guard because it allows abuse with it. But so far we know one Blaster, because it's not dead in the deck. Late game it can be pretty helpful when you're in a stall and you have to top deck, just banish two from the graveyard that you really don't need, and then just go and poke for a game with the 2800 beater. It's still very viable. It's also, whenever it's in your hand, it's a pop, because every single monster that I run is fire, other than the side ones. Rekindling was a pretty hard hit too. It did hurt the deck a lot, because mainly shenanigans with these four. But yeah, I run one Dragon. Dragon is pretty good. I'm just pretty much just use Dragon, Tanky, get anything you need, allows you to set Tensin, those shenanigans. Of course, Wolf Bark. It's a good time to pick up Wolf Barks now if you don't have one. They're getting pretty cheap, about $17 for a limited one last time I checked. Triple Bear, in my opinion, this is a must. It's your main removal in the deck. Gorilla for back row. One Boar to allow for synchro plays. Through Roosters. A lot of people only play two sometimes, and it can suck when they're in your hand and they're dead, but whenever you could start going through the Spirit Recycle engine, like recycling it with Lion Emperor, you could just start bringing them back from the grave, and then that's your search. Of course, Spirit and Triple Leopard for your consistency in search. Rekindling, Triple MST, this is very important. In the mirror match is to get rid of your opponent's tanky. Same thing about Boojins. Spell and trap card removal, in my opinion, is very important lately, especially with this set 5 pass format, which it's cool to hold in your hand when you go for an Exciton play, when your opponent overextends, because if they only have a Fiendish back there, they don't have a Solemn, they don't have anything else, you just chain your MST from your hand to the Fiendish, and then your Exciton still goes through. Then there's Forbidden Lance. I think this card's a must. Sometimes you have to protect that Wolf Bark to get on the field. You have to protect that Bear to get your search. Other than that, I run double Tensu. Sometimes people only run one. I was thinking about running triple Yoku. Just you could clog your own back row pretty quickly. Two Gyokus, just because they're so good, it's very annoying. Like, if you don't have an MST, Gyoku is almost as good. I've lost games at my locals because somebody would Gyoku like my Solemn, and then there was nothing I could do. Tanky is a must, searches everything in the deck except for Blaster. Bottomless Scrap Hole. Oh, that's a must. Especially if pendulums are going to be a thing now, it just banishes everything. Double Mirror Force, I still do like Battle Traps. I actually side Deep Prisons. Sometimes you need Mirror Force isn't that good. If Deep Prison is, especially against stuff like Beals. Pinpoint Guard is, in my opinion, it's better than Call of the Haunted for Wolf Bark, because it doesn't clog up my own back row, and it almost ensures that the monster will survive. And if you're going to get OTK'd, it can also protect you. Then there's Torrential Tribute, it's a must. Tensin. Oh, speaking of Torrential Tribute, there's some times where I've gone into Pinpoint Guard, brought back a Wolf Bark so I won't get OTK'd, and then chain Torrential to it, and then it can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, and it has won me games. Tensin, just for that extra attack bonus and compatibility with Dragon. Triple Fiendish Chain, effect negation's a must this format, and then Solemn. In the extra deck I have Blader. Blader still helps against a lot of decks. It could be instantly made with Wolf Bark plus Boar. You have your Black Rose Dragon as a second sort of Exciton, because I don't really like running two Excitons in this deck. And it also works, it It works well if you have a Debris Dragon. I just didn't want to use the Debris Dragon because sometimes it can be pretty dead and inconsistent in this deck. But it works well. It's a nice choice to have there. I like this over Sirius and all that, even though you can't make it with Spirit. Gonna have triple Horse Sprints for the Spirit shenanigans. Vulcan, this card, if you're gonna play this deck, or if you need a good level 6, I would suggest you pick this up quickly, because it's only going to rise in price. It's really good at level 6. It allows you to recycle Tenkies, Venus Chains, and also get remove your opponents like Synchros and XYZs, or other problem cards back to their hand. Tiger King for that Tenki search. You can make it pretty easily in this deck. 101, it's a must. It's a staple now. Exiton, the deck really doesn't need it, but it's good to punish people that overextend. The one Cardinal to recycle Tenkies and Tensus and stuff like that. Cowboy, because sometimes you just need it to win games. Lion Emperor for recycling mainly Spirit and all those shenanigans. And then Shark. Shark wins games in my opinion. It's a really good rank 3. It's another one of those that I think is going to go up in price sooner or later. Because 2,000 to the face is better than Cowboy. Sometimes your opponent has no back row, but they just have monsters, and you can make one rank 3 play. Whether it be a tour guide in a different deck, or in this deck, if you bring Spirit to bring back Leopard, and your opponent has 2,000 life points or less, just exceed with them, and then just go for game. It's really good. For the side deck, I don't really have a bad Gear Gem matchup, but sometimes just in case I side in Maxis. Same thing against Heretics. If I'm going to get OTK'd, I have that Trigodia. Abyss Dweller, I side it, I don't main it, because it's really only good against like Harpies so they don't get sign off. It's also good against Dark Worlds, and of course Water. Which I'm thinking about just using those Soul Drain instead. But that doesn't affect Sign. Dark Hole, because I don't like this going first. I only like it going second. You should be in control. I'm thinking, yeah, I should probably take out Dark Hole and put in the Soul Drain. Double Twister for more back row removal. Venus Chains, Solemn Warnings, whatever. When they side against you. Oh. Double the Imprison, I said, because Beals, stuff you need to get to remove Graphas. That one Fire King, Avatar Garunix, stuff like that. Goes in match because Sylvans are going to be a thing soon, and this really hurts Sylvans and it hurts like the other decks. Light Imprisoning mainly for Boojins, but also Rich Constellars, all that. Lately on Death Pro, those Satella Knights. Shadow Imprisoning Mirror for Dark Worlds, Infernities, other rogue matches. The Infernities are still pretty good even with the hit. And well, that's the deck. And thank you, YouTube. Hope you like it. Thumbs up and subscribe. And I'm out.